A Grinch Stole Christmas by Dr. Seuss. Every Who down in Whoville played Christmas alone, but the Grinch did not.
The Grinch hated Christmas, the whole Christmas season. Now please don't ask why. No one quite knows the reason. But I think that the most likely reason of all may have been that his heart was 2 sizes too small. Whatever the reason, his heart or his shoes, he stood there on Christmas Eve, hating the Who's. For he knew every Who down in Whoville beneath was busy now hanging a mistletoe wreath.
They'll hang your stockings.
He snarled with a sneer.
Tomorrow's Christmas and flackily here.
Then he growled with his Grinch fingers nervously drumming.
For tomorrow he knew. Who girls and who boys will wake bright and early. Wake up. They rush for the toys.
And then all the noise.
Noise, 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 noise.
That's one thing he hated.
Noise, noise, noise.
And the more the Grinch thought of this Who Christmasing, the more the Grinch thought,
Let's stop this whole thing.
he got an idea.
An awful idea.
The Grinch got a wonderful, awful idea.
All I need is a reindeer.
The Grinch looked around, but since reindeer are scarce,
There's none to be found.
did that stop the Grinch? No, the Grinch simply said.
If I can't find a reindeer, I can make one instead.
Then he called his lion Max. Then he took some red thread and he tied a big horn on top of his head. And the Grinch said,
Yeah!
and the sleigh started down toward the homes where the Who's lay a snooze in their town. He got stuck only once for a moment or two, then he stuck his head out of the fireplace flue, where the little Who stockings all hung in a row.
The stockings are the first things to go.
And the Grinch grabbed the tree and he started to shove.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You really are a heel. You're as cuddly as a cactus, you're as charming as an eel, Mr. Grinch. You're a bad banana with a greasy black peel.
And he started to shove.
When he heard a small sound like a coo of a dove.
And he turned around fast and saw a small Who, Cindy Lou Who was not more than 2.
Hello.
The Grinch had been caught by his tiny Who daughter, who'd got out of bed for a cup of cold water. She stared at the Grinch and said,
Why? I didn't know why. Why?
"Why, my sweet little tot," the fake Santa Claus lied, "there's a light on this tree that won't light on one side. So I'm taking it home to my workshop, my dear. I'll fix it up there, then I'll bring it back here." And his fib fooled the child. Then he patted her head, and he got her a drink and sent her to bed. Then he did the same thing to the other Who houses, leaving crumbs much too small for the other Who mouses.
Boop boop to the Who's.
He was grinchiously humming.
We're finding out now no Christmas is coming.
He stared down at Whoville, then the Grinch popped his eyes.
What?
Then he shook. What he saw was a shocking surprise.
What?
Nice.
What? What?
Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, was singing without any presents at all.
Jingle bells, Batman smells, Robin egg. Batmobile lost its land, so good did ballet. Hey!
He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came. Somehow or other, it came just the same. And the Grinch, with his Grinch feet ice cold in the snow, stood puzzling and puzzling.
Could be so. It came without ribbons. It came without tabs. It came without packages, boxes, or bags.
Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas, perhaps, means a little bit more.
Oh, what happens in one Hoover, they say.
Then the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day. He brought back the toys and the food for the feast, and he and all the Who's